All right, welcome to the Haters Ball. It's our first podcast episode of the year, episode 21. We had a long break, been off for like a month. We went to New Orleans, saw each other, all that. A lot of stuff has gone down in this past month. So first off, it's the new year. So let's start off with what's everybody's New Year's resolutions. What you guys got? Let's see, Bryson, what's your New Year's resolutions?
I don't make no New Year's resolution, man. I do got goals, but I don't know. My goals don't have to be completed in a year, but I'm working on my poker career. But my only thing is New Year's resolutions. I want to go to the gym too, man, but I like waiting like 2 weeks until everybody fall off. So my New Year's resolution on a 2-week weight limit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, eat all my fried foods, get it all out the way in the first 2 weeks so everybody getting healthy. Then I go when they stop.
All right, so what gym you gonna be going to?
I don't know. Man, honestly, I got a really bad hip, so I ain't going to no gym.
What do you mean you got a bad hip? What are you, 80 years old?
I don't know what happened, dog, but like it's really bad. Like it's bad. So I got a bad hip.
How you blow your hip out in missionary, man?
Hey man, it's been bad for years, but I just ain't never got it checked out on, and it's only getting worse. So ain't no gym for me.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sounds tragic, man.
Dang, man, they got good replacements nowadays.
That's what I'm saying. I'm probably gonna need one. Probably tore my ACL. It led to a hip strain, overcompensating on one side. You know how your body do that. So
no, yeah. I don't.
Not for non-athletes.
I'll be working out. What you mean? Hey, dog. You know I was in the.
What workout you doing that hurt your hips? What workout you doing for your hips?
What you mean? I was very balanced. Very what do those people do to balance beams? Gymnastics. That was me. When I was walking in the attics and stuff, balance beaming on that. I had to do a little upper body to pull myself through the attic. Did a little chest crawling through attics and stuff like that. Hip blew out doing all of that physical activity. So,
dang, cable installations.
Hey man, a lot harder than you look. Yeah, man.
Dang,
can't even lift up my left leg. Like, oh man, it hurts. It's bad.
That's wild. All right, well,
I do got to tell you, man. Make sure you don't join Planet Fitness, man. They make the commercials seem all nice and stuff, but I joined Planet Fitness a couple years ago. And when you go in Planet Fitness, you know it's all good. It's always like free for the first 2 months or something like that. Free is cheapest of all of them. They don't have a bunch of they have like a no grunting rule or something like that. So you don't have dudes in there that's making you look bad lifting like cars to work out. But the funniest thing is after you be working out, they have tricks. They play tricks on you so that you never leave. You never lose weight. And one of the tricks is they be having free food. And not just regular food, it'd be like pizzas and bagels. So people be in there going hard, running for an hour on the treadmill, and then they'd be like, yo, take a pizza with you on your way out. It's like, yo,
that's us?
Yo, that's how you gain weight right back.
No. That's
you just worked that off. What you mean?
Yeah, you just worked.
That's
exactly. You just went and ran so you could eat more pizza. Dog, Planet Fitness. This is the best ad for Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, sponsor us right now, please.
Yep.
I want all the free pizza.
Stay out of there, man. Get some free bagels. How you gonna eat a bagel after you did a workout? Bagels is like the most.
You just ran it off.
Exactly, bro.
Come on,
you need energy. You need energy to run. That's how it works, man. You need fuel for the.
No, this is how people gain weight while doing more exercise. It's like I worked out, so now I can eat ice cream Sunday. That's how it works.
Balance it out, man.
Bagel in the other, man. Come on, dog. That's how you do it.
Balance. That's good balance.
Get that Planet Fitness sponsorship.
Yes, please. Planet Fitness.
You walk in there, you wonder why nobody in there slim. Everybody in there gaining weight. It's crazy. And they're like, don't you want to lay down for the free massage machine? They got free massages too? Bruh.
Yep.
That little water thing.
Yeah, the water massage, the water jets, dog. The
Yeah.
nice expensive massage, dog. Eat your bagel, go lay down, get a massage.
While you lay down. That's your gym time. Your go to the
Yep.
gym.
I'm going to the gym every day. What are you talking about?
Hour a day, dog. Dedicated to yourself.
I'm going to the gym.
Getting it fatter.
Hey, I'm going to the gym. I got an active lifestyle.
Go ahead, enjoy it, man. We'll see how that goes for you. Next summer, you're looking bigger. Next year, talking about my New Year's resolution is I'm gonna lose more weight. Like, nah, man.
Look, hey, my New Year's resolution. People's New Year's resolution is to go to the gym. It don't be to lose weight. It's to go to the gym. And Planet Fitness is a gym that everyone can feel comfortable in. Okay, this is
the people by the people.
Exactly. You don't want to be all exhausted and stuff. You want some good food, free food. Those other gyms, you spending money for what? For some machines. At this gym, you get a membership and you get free food. It pays for itself. All right.
Instead of you going home and ordering that pizza by yourself.
They don't advertise that for a reason.
It's a secret menu item, basically.
Basically, everybody, that's it.
It's an extra perk.
Yeah, I'm hitting Planet Fitness up 2 nights, tomorrow actually. But all right,
make New Year's resolution plans, dog.
I actually do. And I'm trying to lose weight this year. I'm getting fat, so I am gonna hit up that Planet Fitness myself. We'll see how it works.
That's the move. That's the move.
I like New Year's resolutions, man. Whatever gives people hope. I'm with that.
Yeah, the New Year's supposed to be hopeful and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, I don't like people ask me about my New Year's resolutions all the time. Like I got to come up with one. I don't like that. That. I most of the time, like this year, I got listen. So since I got married, I'm just getting fatter and fatter by the moment, right? By the minute. So I gotta lose weight. But so I'm just doing it now because it's a convenient time to do it. But this is probably the first year I actually had a New Year's resolution ever in my life. And my whole life, it's always like, what's your New Year's resolution? And then I'm supposed to have something to say. But just because the date went from 22 to 23, I'm supposed to have some new overall thing I'm going for the year. And I really don't, man. So
now people see you and they say, "Oh, this dude need to improve." So they ask you what you improve.
That might be it. I might have been missing the hits this whole time. So
that's funny.
All right. Well, over the break, we dropped our best albums of 22, and we talked about that and everything. But of course, then we went on Christmas break and everything, and everybody else dropped their albums of the years and their lists, top this top 20 top 20 albums, top rappers of the year, all those things, all these lists have been coming out. And one I want to talk about specifically is Math Hoffa dropped his greatest hip hop groups of all time, and that blew up for a bit. And we missed talking about it. I know it was a little late, but I really wanted to talk about this because he had number one, the Wu-Tang Clan. And everybody knows somebody, I've been, talking to people in the comments and stuff already about, on our page, on our video that we talked about Raekwon, people were calling, some people, agreed with me. Some people disagreed. But I feel like Wu-Tang is such a interesting group and such a hard one to rate and to place in our list, in these lists, because to me it's unfair to put them as number one all-time group when they have one classic album as a group, right? And so what happens is people give the group credit for the solo projects. So you're gonna give Wu-Tang credit for Liquid Swords and for Only Built for Cuban Links, and and that's great. It's great, right? If we do that, then yes, they are the greatest group ever. They got tons of classics, but it's just not fair they have more people in their group than everyone else. And at the same time, while we give the group credit for those solo albums, we give those solo artists credit for those solo albums too. So Raekwon will be in somebody's top 10 list of solo MCs, and Wu-Tang will be in someone's top list of group of hip hop groups for the same reason. They'll both say, "Oh, they got the Purple Tape. Purple Tape, one of the greatest albums ever." And it's like, no, it can't be. You can't both get credit for both. Either you're giving it to the group or you're giving it to Ray. But we got to stop just bending the rules for this group. Wu-Tang, I just feel like we bend all the rules for them because they're so great. But you got to treat them fairly. Same with everybody else.
All right, that's true. That's true. So your proposal is to never put like Ray in the solo MC list because his albums, especially his Purple Tape, got made by all RZA beats, Ghostface on most of the tracks, Method Man on some of the tracks, different Wu-Tang members on different tracks.
Yes.
So
yes. It's really
like
not
a group album, even though it's his album and he does most of the rapping on there, but you got, all different types. Okay, so that would be fair. I would agree. Yeah, I mean, yes. So when you're doing groups, you're ranking just group albums. And when you do a solo, you're ranking just solo albums. He does most of the rapping on those solos, so he should get credit for that.
Most of the rapping? I mean, how are you rating most of the rapping? Ghostface is on
numbers or something.
Ghostface is on all but like 3 or 4 songs, or like 3 songs. He's on all but 3 songs. Okay, and he has a verse on each of those songs. It's almost just as many verses as Raekwon has. So already right there to say, and then there's the other songs that have several features. They have the songs that have multiple features. So how is he doing most of the rapping? He does maybe
6 solo songs.
It's not 6 solo songs. No, it's not.
It is. I'm looking at the album right now.
You looking at skits or something? It's not 6 solo songs.
List them.
I guess some of these could be 6. I mean, I guess some of them could be skits. Striving for perfection. Mm-hmm. Knowledge God. Incarcerated Scarfaces.
Those are songs.
Yeah, the Incarcerated Scarfaces. These songs are not solo songs.
Incarcerated Scarfaces are songs, huh?
Shark Niggas.
That's
Spot Rushers. Okay. Spot Rushers.
Mm-hmm.
North Star. Yeah, those are the 6.
Okay, yeah. So got some skits and stuff in there. I mean, like I said, man, you want to go ahead and separate them. I'm cool with that as long as people give the credit for the group albums to the groups. So how does that work? So you just want Wu-Tang to be reduced on a group rating. So where would you put them in a group rating all time then if they're not at the top because of that?
They got 1 classic solo album. They got 2 good, let's put it this way. They got 2 good group projects. 2 good group projects. If we were just ranking them 2 good group projects, that is Less Than Outkast, Less Than Tribe, Less Than Little Brother, as the less than, depending on who you ask, that's Less Than Mobb Deep. That's the same as Clips. I mean,
yeah, people can sit with that, but no, like when you think about those other groups, you can't say that they're better than Wu-Tang. Like it's hard to put this. I can't put Little Brother over Wu-Tang. I don't care how many solos or whatever albums. They're not over Wu. I can't put them over Wu-Tang. Like how am I gonna do that?
Yeah, impact matters.
It doesn't make sense. I don't care about the numbers.
Whoa,
break it down.
Impact. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is the thing. To me, this is how I rate every group. This is the same thing when because some people discredit solo artists because they only did working group. Like for instance, Andre 3000. Some people say, oh, he doesn't have a solo album and so he's lower on the solo artist catalog list because he only has done group albums. But to me, this is the way it works. If you did a group album, I'm taking the number of people in your group and dividing that album by that number of people. It's that simple. That's basic math to me. So I'm taking Wu-Tang, all of their projects, dividing it by 10. That's how much credit you get.
I don't
You
agree with
divide
that.
by
I
10.
don't agree with that.
Yeah, why not?
That's bad math.
How's that bad math?
Because
If you got two
different as far as
members,
who's putting them, who's the driving force behind certain stuff too. So
this is-
you're like diminishing people like in the group certain ways. Some people are bigger in the group, like Chuck is the biggest in the group of Public Enemy. He gets like, I don't know what the percentage is, 80, 90% to me. I know, I know Flav is there. I know, but
that's different. Okay, see, that's different because Chuck is writing the rhymes, all the rhymes.
But for every group is different. Every group is going to be a different amount. So in the Wu-Tang, you're right. They got a lot of people rhyming, but like that's RZA vision.
Okay,
exactly.
So he gets some kind of percentage, some kind of bigger percentage than a dude who just shows up and puts a couple bars. Like you guys don't get more than Method Man. Method Man's the main star.
Of course not. Of course not.
You can't put it. We can't put it straight up 1/10.
You're right. I mean, obviously that math don't work out, for the Wu-Tang. But see, I think the Wu-Tang is easier to compare to, it's almost like these Wu-Tang albums are easier to compare to the label compilation albums more than they are to compare to other groups because they just don't fit any box is the issue. That's why they're so hard to place. Because to me, they're more like it's easier to compare a Wu-Tang album to like the Dreamville album or to to the Good Music Friday songs, those type of things because that's the type of albums it is. That's the type of album it is.
I mean, that's fair, but they came in as a group first, unless you count. The early was the RZA stuff was "We Love You, Raheem" and all that stuff before he said.
Yeah, but it's not
counted that way. That's it. But it's different than other groups. Like Clips came in like that, so Clips count like that.
But it's not a group where each rapper is on each song. It's not like, say for instance, Slaughterhouse. Every rapper raps on every song. Right? That's the group. The group is 4 rappers. We're going to rap 4. Each one's going to rap a verse. It's split evenly. Work split evenly. Boom, we get a beat. Everyone drops a verse. Boom, that's the group. The Wu-Tang's not like that. It's like, 2 people on this song. Okay, 3 people on this song. What Beth, we need a hook. Come and do the hook. Like it's now you get a solo song. Like now you do this. It's like the Dreamville album. That's the easiest
thing together, man. The RZA
put it together. Yes.
Exactly.
That's like label type stuff. That is like a label. Dreamville is a label, and that's exactly what their Revenge of the Dreamers album is like. Nowhere near the quality. I'm not saying it's anywhere near the quality. Yeah, but that is exactly what it's like. I
mean that's fair.
But that's still That's a driving force behind it, though. Like you said, that's whoever Dreamville being J. Cole's album gives him more percentage of it. I mean, I think that's what every group. I think every group, someone obviously has to do more than the other person. Nothing is 50-50.
But see, on that Dreamville, I don't think that J. Cole gets most of the credit for it. Even when you watch the documentary, it's like he invited a bunch of people to the studio, and then everyone's just recording over beats. And then they just took the best stuff that was made out of it and put it on the album. Like, that's not...
But that might have been because of his name. Who doesn't want to work with J. Cole, or that's how you get these extra people to come in. Like, you can go into all of that stuff too.
It's different to compare it too because of the era and the time.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Like when RZA got these guys together, they weren't
exactly
doing the same thing. They weren't even thinking about rapping, some of them. So he kind of made that a thing.
Right.
And it's not
so then we can give RZA. So we give RZA the credit, kind of the way we give Dr. Dre credit for the Chronic and stuff like that. Even though that's a collaborative type thing. Right. So that's fine. If we gave RZA all the credit for the Wu-Tang albums, it'd be whatever. And so I did want to shout out Victoria. I'm sorry. Maxfield was a commenter that was posting that I was talking about this on yesterday on YouTube, and she posted on the Raekwon video, and she was talking about this very thing. So she made some good points, and I just wanted to she said that Only Built for Cuban Links is most certainly a solo album because it was the concept of Raekwon as a soloist. Into the 36 And future official albums on the Wu-Tang group name were a creation of RZA, as their group albums were never completed through a democratic process. It was always RZA serving as symphonic conductor, with each clan member merely filling roles similar to studio session musicians. Right? And I think this is a great point. Right? And if we just gave them credit like that, if we just said, this was such idea, it's their album. This is such idea, it's their album. Great. Then I'd be fine. But if we did that, then we still come down to this. RZA would have 1 or 2 great albums. Okay? Into the 36 and Wu-Tang Forever.
You don't like that Bobby Digital?
No. That would be it. That would be it. 2, and then that'd be it. And then Raekwon would have Only Good for Cuban Links. And then Jizzle would have Liquid Swords. And that's it. But the group altogether would not be number 1 all time.
I don't think you can separate the group from solo artists, though. That's what makes a group bigger, too, especially if your solo artists go out and do something great. It brings more attention to the group.
And
so
that
I
was
think they're one in this. Yeah.
That was RZA's whole plan, was everybody going to get their own solos and do their own solo thing, coming off the Wu-Tang, but everybody throwing up the W and keeping it going and keeping it alive. So it is hard to separate them. I get what you're saying. I get your frustration with it. People going to put Wu-Tang, but I mean, to me, it's like they can't be lower than 5 anyway. Then it's like they're going to come in and, like, there's no way you could put, when you're making your list, there's no way I can put, like, Black Sheep over them or you know, I can't put Pete Rock and CL Smooth over them. Like, I just can't. I don't care how it happened. I don't care how many, if I would say Pete Rock and CL Smooth got more classic albums together.
You're right.
But I can't put them over Wu-Tang. It's just not, that's not even like a
It's too iconic.
Wu-Tang is super iconic, but so that's what I'm saying. Like, because they are iconic. They're the most iconic group ever. They are. I mean, people rocking Wu-Tang t-shirts all the time. Kids. I mean, everybody's. Everyone loves Wu-Tang. They're universally loved. Yeah. Universally. So they're the de facto number 1 group. It's just so that my thing is, I'm happy to give them number 1 group, but then I feel weird if we're gonna start putting all of their members as in the top 10 rappers too, because people want to put Meth at the top, whatever. Yeah. People want to put Raekwon in the top, whatever. Ghostface deserves to be in the top. I mean, because he did a lot of solo. He has a lot of solo great albums, but it's like it gets real. Like, are we gonna have Wu-Tang top group and 5 Wu-Tang members in the top 20 rappers? Like, that just seems unfair.
The top 20, maybe 2 or 3 of them. I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
Keep nothing about that, man. That's what makes them great, is these great dudes. I mean, but I always hate when we see these group lists and stuff like that, and it goes both ways, because Q-Tip is not considered ever in tops. And he leading the, to me, 2nd or 3rd best group. Like, I mean, it's right there. It's like Wu-Tang, Cash, Tribe. To me, there's always in some kind of order depending on the day. And then he has solo projects that are good and well received. So I don't, but it goes the opposite way for him, where you don't see him in top 10 lists a lot of times.
Exactly. That's my thing. So I made this exact point to Victoria. Right? That we don't, and that's why I feel like it's so unfair how we treat, it's not unfair how we treat Wu-Tang. Let's say we treat Wu-Tang correctly, but we don't apply whatever rules we give to Wu-Tang to everybody else. So, like you said, Q-Tip he wrote most of the rhymes on the first album too, for Fife and stuff like that. So, and most of that was his ideas and stuff. So, he got 3 classic Tribe albums. That newest Tribe album is amazing too. So they got at least 4 great projects.
And it's solo. Renaissance, amazing.
Exactly. So
and he had the Vibrant thing back in 99 or whatever, 2000, whatever year that was.
And then not to mention the production that he's done on other people's albums as well. And he taught Dilla and Havoc how to do, So Q-Tip is one of the most impactful artists in hip hop, period, point blank, period. But you never see him on a top anything list. You don't hear him in anybody's top 5. You don't, so people might put Tribe as a group in that, but we do not give the same treatment we give, with Raekwon and the Purple Tape. We don't give that to Q-Tip. We don't give any of that energy to Q-Tip, and that's frustrating. Same thing with, say, for instance, like some people want to discredit Andre, with Cass. Some people don't give Big Boy credit with Cass. I mean, there's certain people we just don't give the same type of credit we do to Wu-Tang, and that's frustrating.
I hear you, man. I hear you. I'm with it. More love for Big Boy and Q-Tip. Q-Tip especially, man. Q-Tip should be in everybody's list somewhere in top 10, somewhere in top 20. I don't know, but you see the list and Q-Tip don't be on there. It's like, dog, Q-Tip is that guy.
Yeah, 100%. Another one is the Locks. The Locks been getting a lot of this unfair treatment, I think, too, because
too much love.
Jadakiss, yeah. I mean, and they wash Dipset in that versus, but I really think that's
Dipset is a low tier rap group. They are not anywhere near the top of rap groups.
I think that was a bigger reflection on Dipset and just showing who they're not than it was showing who, because Locks have no classic albums. Jadakiss has no solo classic albums. He's always in top 10 lists, Jadakiss is. And then Math Alpha put them as the number 2 group of all time.
That's New York bias.
Yeah, this New York bias. Complete New York bias.
Because I don't know, but they do have 2 of the top 20, 25 lyricists in their group.
No. As much as I love them dudes, no. I love Styles. He's not in the top 25 of lyricists.
Yeah, that's hard to say. That's really hard to say.
Styles is and it sounds like a diss, but it's not. But he's like a workman, like a rapper. Like he's never whack. I never heard whack Styles verses, but I also never sit there and say, or no, I'm not gonna say never, but very rarely am I amazed by what I'm hearing. He just does a really good job every time. Shows up, clocks in, does his job. Song is good. So I don't want to make it sound like it's bad, but I can't sit here and put Styles in the top when I've heard better, and people reach higher heights as well.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just me going on that's my little rant about Wu-Tang. I guess Wu-Tang, it's forever. They're the best. So I guess I'm wrong in that one.
Nah, certain heads gonna put certain people high, man. Like no matter what, like Jadakiss always gets to me overly inflated because we love Jada and he come on the track and and stands out on the tracks no matter.
I'm
what
gonna say iconic. His voice, his cadence,
yeah, exactly,
iconic.
Exactly. And he always has cool verses on all the guest spots and stuff like that. But when it comes to solo stuff, he'll get ranked high. And when you base it on albums, there's no reason why he would be anywhere near the top.
Right, exactly. So I guess it's less that I want to hate on these groups because I love these other artists. I want people like Q-Tip to get the credit they deserve. I want people like I don't know who else, Little Brother or I want other people to get the credit that they deserve.
Bryson put out his list. It was Young Money #1 all time.
Oh, I thought he said that YSL, Young Slime Life.
Oh yeah,
YSL.
You not a fan no more?
Yeah, what happened?
Young Money got a good case though.
They don't.
They do.
They don't.
Not at all. Not at all.
He ruins it. Nicki is trash.
Nicki is super trash.
Don't matter. Record sales. She got an argument.
No,
record sales. They do have they have an argument in record sales as a group. They have a big argument in record.
Their group albums have record sales like that?
Nah, I mean, we just talk about the members, Drake and Nicki and Wayne. I mean, just talk about that individually.
You giving Nicki props for Drake numbers?
No, giving Nicki props for Nicki numbers.
Nicki numbers is big.
Nicki has big numbers.
Yes.
All time wise, look, I don't know. I don't follow Nicki, man. When I hear a voice, I'm like, turn it off.
Agreed. All
I'm
right.
not a fan of hers, but she got numbers.
All right. So let's move on then. Let's talk about some sports stuff. I know over the this week, we had the beef with in undisputed with Skip and Shannon. Bryce, you want to break down what was happening there? Do you remember what was going on?
Hey man, that Hamlin thing happened, and then Skip's tweeted something crazy. Um, I think it was a little bit taken out of context, but at the same time, it was just bad timing by him. He should have known better, read the room. So he comes on undisputed the next day by himself. And he's like, my bosses just wanted me to clear up. I got a call from the bosses, just wanted to clear up what I said. I didn't mean it like this or that, blah, blah. So that is over. And then the next day, Shannon comes back and he's giving this monologue and he's talking about, I hope Skip takes a tweet down, but this is already trying to continue and move past it. But then Skip butts in and then they start arguing like always. You never let me finish. And then Skip is like, oh, I'm not taking it down. Nobody here had a problem with it. And Shannon said, well, obviously somebody had a problem with it. The bosses called you. And then that was it. I don't know. They've been getting in a lot of fights recently, though, like over these last couple months.
So do you think you think this is like writers on the wall? You think that they're reaching an ending or what?
If they are, then Shannon's not gonna do this anymore. I feel like they have kind of outgrown the platform. Like Shannon's platforms by themselves are good enough to do whatever he wants to do. He don't have to do a daily show if he don't want to, but I don't know. I don't think they'll break up. I don't think it's that serious.
Yeah, I don't like that, man. The show that they got to me is still the best of those argument shows. So
Yeah, I think so too.
I get why Shannon might want to leave it. I mean, Skip seems like he's super annoying.
Yeah.
But he's also that's the reason why his show pops. Like,
Right.
stuff is the reason why it's popping. He's making all that money at Fox because of his annoying stuff. ESPN wanted it and offered him a bunch of money because of that annoying stuff. So
exactly,
I can't even get mad. Like, he got the most entertaining of the argument shows. He says crazy stuff. That's what makes it good. Shannon says stuff back to him, and I think Shannon got some crazy views as well. So they ride on their certain stuff every day. I think that's perfect. I don't know why. I don't know how Shannon could get more money by leaving. I don't see that. And I know he doesn't really need it, and he don't really care. So that's one of the good things about Shannon. He don't need the job. He's not desperate. He already got a Hall of Fame career in the NFL. He don't need to do nothing to chase no kind of media gear. I mean, position unless he really wants it.
Yeah, so I wanted to read the tweet. So DeMar Hamlin, I know he's tweeted now. I know he's woken up and everything, and hoping he has a speedy recovery. That was crazy. When it happened, I know we were talking about it when it was going down, but now Skip tweeted in the middle of I think he was still on the field, being resuscitated and everything. So I think it's the timing issue that everyone got mad at. Because his tweet outside of the timing is really not it's not that crazy. It says I got it here. It says, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game. But how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. So, I mean, I don't feel like this tweet is that crazy. He's saying that the regular season outcome is irrelevant right now because there's somebody on the field dying.
Nothing wrong with that tweet, man. I don't get it, man. They just, people don't like Skip. But
it was just bad timing. I don't know. Yeah,
whatever, man.
Nobody wants to see that thing. I get that. But my thing is, we don't, at this moment, nobody cares about. I mean, he is having a genuine thought. People, I'm sure after it blew over, were like, all right, so now what's gonna happen with the season? That's a legitimate question, but just at the timing when a dude's still on the field, we don't even know what's going on yet. Like, nobody wanted to hear that.
But see, okay, but that same argument then is like, if that's the case, if it's the timing issue, then why are people on Twitter arguing with you at this time that is so where there's so many other more important things to be thinking about? You know, like I feel like this social media outrage. I feel like people on Twitter look for the next thing to get angry about. You know, and I just feel like this blew up because somebody's on Twitter just scrolling around and just like, oh. Here's something I can get mad at. Here's something we can jump in on. This is something we can do to entertain us. Witch burner. Like that's what that's what it seems like it turns into. And so I don't. That's just how it feels to me because this really seems like nothing. Like you should have really like just let this blow over if that was, or you could just say
you just want to tell somebody to shut up. Like,
and that's what people doing on Twitter. Not serious discourse. A lot of nonsense. A lot of arguments about nothing.
I don't think nobody is like, oh, I'm going to kill Skip for this. Like, it ain't that serious.
People was responding with vitriol.
Right. People are saying this was super insensitive, out of place. He was super wrong. Even Shannon, when he started his monologue, the day he came on, he was like, he said, Skip tweeted something I disagreed with and I had hoped he'd take it down. Right? Mm-hmm. That was what he started with. Yeah. And then Skip, that's when Skip interrupts. Now, first of all, you do it on a monologue. Like, let's say any of us are doing a monologue. We start off with doing a monologue. Once I say your name and your tweet, I expect you to jump in. What else do you expect you to do? I'm not going to just sit here and you're not going to sit here and just let me paint a narrative about you without saying something, are you?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm going to get my chance to speak. I don't agree with that.
I mean, it's a debate show. They always jump in. Like, I don't understand. Like, why Shannon got super upset.
That's why Shannon get mad at Skip, because every episode he try to get his monologue off and Skip always interrupt. But the opposite way, when they say, when they go first, all right, Shannon, you go first. Say what you got to say. And all right, Skip, you go second. Say what you got to say. Shannon, don't say nothing. I'll let you go, Skip. Now let me go, Skip. That's what always it is. So they
but even when Skip talking, Shannon be like, Skip, come on, Skip.
That's not during the first monologue. That's the point.
I would like to know what their real thing is. Like, do they really, is all that stuff for real or is that for the camera, some of that? You know what I'm saying? Like Skip interrupted him. Is he really getting disrespected? Does he really feel disrespected? Or is this like the deal? Because it's Skip's show. You see what I'm saying?
I feel like that's real.
I feel like the most recent ones definitely are real. Because I mean, when you watch this like, clip,
put your glasses on. When he told him
put your glasses on.
When he was doing that, he was legit. He was legit mad. But at the same time, like I said, who knows what they talk about in their production meetings? Maybe they decided to kick up the drama. Like, I don't know. Wouldn't that be helpful for them, for their brands? It seems like it's helpful for Shannon because everybody's on his side. Because people say they hate Skip, but then they watch the show.
Right.
So it's got to be working.
Skip is the villain of the show, but he's
always the villain. Yeah.
But it's his show. It's the villain show. Right.
Exactly. It's like The Dark Knight. I mean, it's Batman's movie, but it's everyone loves it because of the Joker. Like that's the fun of it. So Skip it might be the villain, but that's why the show is great. And so I just feel like I felt like, okay, so people were mad even when he came on Monday and was quote unquote apologizing. When people were saying he was apologizing the whole day, but I feel like he came on and he said he wasn't apologizing. He said, I apologize if people misunderstand what we're doing in the show, if you're offended by us covering this the day after. That's what he was apologizing. Like, not apologizing for my tweet. I'm apologizing if you don't like us covering this sensitive topic so soon after it happened. That was his apology. Not like, I'm sorry if this offends you, but I'm doing my job. That's what his apology. It wasn't like, I apologize for what I said. And so when Shannon came on there, was like, I hope Skip said, I'm not taking it down. I stand by what I tweeted. And I explained that. I explained that the day before. I just feel like people have taken this situation really out of context. And, like people were raving and ranting about it. It's just kind of weird to me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that the plan? Did they say, oh, Shannon, you stay home today? And then tomorrow, everybody will be speculating what happened to Shannon. Did he quit? Because I saw a ton of stuff. Is this the end for Undisputed? Is Shannon going to leave now? So I saw it pop up in my feed of all kinds of different websites, stuff that never talk about sports. It's on all news sites and media sites talking about, is it over for Undisputed? That's like, hey, clearly that don't work, man. And the thing with the whole Hamlin stuff was interesting. So you could see how, it really set people off and people took it all kinds of personally. But it really, even that whole thing was weird to me because at first I thought it was a football injury and what happened. You know what I'm saying? But it really is like kind of a fluke that could have happened in super tons of sports. I thought it was going to be like the NFL was going to take a huge hit because this dude, got his head rocked or something. But then when I saw the replays, I was like, oh, this was like nothing. Like he didn't get hit. Nobody got blown up. And so you got a wide range of stuff. I saw people talking about, I never let my kids play football now. How could you? This is barbarity. How can we support this league? But when you watched it, it's like, yo, this was like such a basic play. So emotions was all kinds of high all over the place.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it was just it's a reaction because of it was crazy. It was crazy. So I think it was just people making emotional reactions and lashing out or whatever, whatever. And Skip is just an easy target. Not to say that like he's some like big victim or something, but like he's just easy person to get mad at. He's easy.
That's how you make it mad
at. Exactly.
I want you to be mad at him. That's why he be tweeting all the time. Dude be tweeting all the time and hates on the most popular stuff. He hates on LeBron every day. That's how he made his millions. He really made his millions hating on LeBron, basically. People know him for that.
Yeah. So, all right. I think. I just think. So speaking of this hate, because this also reminded me of. I just feel like on social media it's become so like there's one idea, one thought. I'm on Reddit all the time, and I just feel like there's like just this. It's like a hive mind, like whatever the group thinks. It's like if you don't agree with this opinion, if you got a differing opinion than everyone else, then downvote you all the way. So we went so I wanted to talk about. We were talking about, I just mentioned this, YSL, this Young Thug Gunna conversation, this whole snitching thing. And I was on Reddit and Gunna's last album that came out last year, a year ago from, I want to say it was a year ago this week or so, right? And, on Hip Hop Heads, they always have, the posts like 1 year later, reactions, still, everyone discussion talking about the album. And somebody's post, I sort almost everything, controversial on Reddit, I got to see where the real opinion's at down at the bottom. And so one person said, this dude's a rat, nobody cares about his album, right? And of course I got downvoted. Everyone hated that. People hated that. And I was like, I don't know what he said that was wrong. The dude is a rat. Right? Is that not right? I don't understand there's been a big discussion now about snitching and what snitching is like acceptable and what's not. And I just feel like this is textbook snitching, is it not?
I don't want to snitch.
How can it not be textbook, man? And asked him, is the YSL a gang? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, are they doing criminal stuff? Yes, ma'am. I don't know how you could say that's not. That sounds like snitching. The only thing that's, I guess, the highest level of that is sitting in the court and doing that you did it. This guy right here with the full government name sitting on the test, the stand. But that's besides that, that's got to be the next row lower, right? He's doing those things. He said that they're bad, so he can get out. I don't see how that's not snitching. I mean, I don't. I've seen a lot of mob movies and different movies. I don't know how that's not snitching. It seems like it falls right in line.
Right. And now then there's another group of people who are talking about how snitching is, or they say if you talk about snitching in a negative light, that you're trying to be like internet gangster or something like that, or you're just trying to, or you fake it or fronting in some way, just calling somebody else out when you wouldn't do the same if you were.
I'm not. He is. He told me he was in the street and he was this, that, and the third. Then he got in the courtroom and we heard the video. So that's what I'm talking about. I don't care if you're not in the streets. Just say I'm not in the streets. It's 2022. Well, it was 2022 at the time when they got the kid with the Rico. 2023 now. Mm-hmm. They got people out here. Kanye is one of the biggest rappers of all time. Never said nothing about being no street dude. So don't lie and say you have to do it. Don't just say you don't know about it. But if you say you know about it, and you really supposed to be about it, and you out here snitching, how is that something that's my fault? I'm not a gangster. I never claimed to be.
Right. I also don't like the idea that snitching is only like, because this has been a thing. I even watched the Company Man did an interview with Glasses Malone, and he was saying how it's, people use the word snitching. It's almost like cultural appropriation now at this point. He's saying that if you're not from the streets, then you should talk about snitching. But to me, snitching is it's not just a street thing. It is it's a justice system issue in the American justice system. Any American citizen should be talking about the policies that are used. 95% of all convictions are from plea deals or in pleas or in some way, right? So this is not just, you don't got to be a gangster. You don't got to be anything. You could have just been getting caught with just, the drugs that you were buying for yourself or something like that. And then the cops could put you in a room and they could say, if you don't give up your drug dealer, then you're going to jail. And then that's not, I'm from the streets. That could be, you could be a normal suburban kid and then get caught up and be snitching. Like, it don't matter. This is not just some street thing. I don't feel like it's is a general thing, isn't it?
Do people count that as
no?
Well,
how is? That's not snitching.
That's not snitching.
That's not snitching. If you get caught up by a random civilian that you should have been more careful with, and he told on you, that's your fault, not the civilian's fault.
Okay. So if the cops say you wear wire and everything like that, and you go in somewhere, that's you not still.
Wait. Now wearing wires is different. Wait, hold on. How we got to wearing wires?
That's okay. So I listened to this. Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. So I listened to this. I think this is something that people like. So I listen. I don't know if you guys know. Adam Conover has a podcast called Factually, and he just did. And he did the show Adam Ruins Everything, and right. I love this guy, but he's always hating on billionaires, and he's my kind of guy, right? But he just did a episode with author of a book. This criminal lawyer wrote a book called Snitching, whatever, right? And she's just talking about the informant usage of in America. Right. And she says in the book, there's all these stories. She goes through all these stories in the podcast. Young girl gets caught with some drugs, wears a wire, goes into her drug deal. The cops make her say, you're going to jail unless you do this. Gets caught with the wire. They kill her. This is the type of stuff that the cops do all the time. This is normal stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. That's legit. I know they do that type of stuff all the time.
And they don't have to disclose it, so we don't even know how much snitching goes on because they don't have to disclose it. The only time, she was saying, the only time you hear about it is because of two things. You said it's when it goes bad and somebody dies like that. Or secondly, because of the innocence movement and all the innocence cases, you see how many wrongful convictions are due to somebody snitching wrongfully. There's incentives. If you are a criminal or something like that, you could point out somebody who never even did a crime, right? But if you get arrested for the cops and you offer even fake information, you get arrested for the cops, you can send somebody innocent to jail and you get off on your deal. by snitching out somebody innocent, and because of the innocent movement has been, doing this thing, it's been more in the
That's snitching.
That is snitching.
But that's different. That's different.
That's not the same thing.
If they take
coerce.
Those are all coerced. Well, not always coerced. It's just it's beneficial to snitch. It's beneficial to snitch. So it's.
My thing is, if you a serious drug dealer, right, and you let some college kid snitch on you, that is your fault. Why is he in the trap house with you? Why are you bringing him to all, like, that's your fault. You can't expect him to hold you down. That don't make sense. He don't even know you. Of course I'm snitching.
No,
that don't make sense. That's not snitching.
Yeah, that's not the same thing as snitching, man. Snitching is me and you in a criminal enterprise, and
we doing it together.
And I throw you under the bus so I get less time or I get out. That's snitching.
Yeah,
man.
that's snitching.
Or something. I mean, there's I guess there's different levels to it, but there's no way you could say I'm snitching if I'm just a regular guy driving down the street and the cop meet me and say, whoever you got this weed from is you're going to give him up. It's like, okay, I can give you his number. I mean, don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm throwing him out there.
Yeah, no, I hear. I'm saying that's cool. I'm just saying, but is that not still? So that's not snitching.
That's not snitching.
Under coercion, that's not snitching.
That's not snitching.
They got me.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to do what they say. They got me by the balls.
Right. Or you go to jail. I mean, that's the.
You still gonna end up they still gonna put you in jail, man. Or they still gonna do something. Well, you got probation for 10 years or something like that.
Well, yeah, that's what. Isn't that what got him? He got 8 years probation or whatever. I mean, that's what you get. That's what you get.
Snitching. That's snitching. If you wear a wire, for your own organization, that's snitching.
Okay, so
people especially.
So you're saying that the only definition of snitching is basically, and this is cool. I agree with this. It's only snitching if you were committing the same crimes as the other person, and you threw them under the bus.
I mean, it could be different crimes, but if you're in a criminal procedure that you know each other. So if you're my connect and I throw you under the bus, but we're not besties, I mean, anything like that, that's all agreed upon criminality.
But even still, like rival gangs, they don't snitch on each other because we doing the same type of thing.
It's still snitching. It's still that's still snitching.
That's exactly that would be snitching.
If you say, enemy stuff is, that might be a clever move, but you still snitched. You just use the cops to get rid of your enemies for you or whatever.
Okay, so if I don't claim to be a gangster, I can snitch. That's what you're saying.
That's like Omar. Yeah,
you a civilian. Yes.
So, but I can't. You say it's not? I could do it.
I mean, you're not held to the same standard,
right? Of course not. I'm not claiming to be a gangster.
Exactly. It's like, hey, I'm claiming to be a regular worker. You know?
Right. I'm just a dad who needs a little weed, man.
Yeah.
Right. So you can still call out. I can still call out Gunner for being a snitch because he claimed to be a gangster, like you said.
He claimed to be a gangster.
Exactly.
He claimed to be a gangster, man.
Right.
Yep.
And then next to Young Thug, who allegedly did all these crimes, you can't now be like, I don't know nothing about this guy. I mean,
this man, Young Thug, got a lyric that say, "I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body." That's fire. That's fire.
It's not fire when you snitching. Not when you snitching about it. It's not fire when you snitching about it.
They've on all kinds of charges. I heard they charging him for that shooting on Lil Wayne bus or whatever. Like they trying to throw everything at that man.
Well, but so this is the thing. So this is where we want to talk about snitching, because the thing is, most of these convictions, like we said, 95 of these convictions are a result of these plea deals and stuff like that. It's the fact that people are talking that get criminals convicted. That's what convinces a jury you're guilty. If no one talks, there's a chance that you get out, that the whole group gets out, right? But and Gunn was the first to do it, because you snitch, you got out, you made it good for yourself, but now the whole group or anyone that's didn't get the plea deal is screwed.
I don't know, man. Not with Rico's no more.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
But
they got too much evidence on you.
You know what happens? They get you in that room, you start sitting there, They'd be like, yo, you want a cheeseburger? People start getting nervous. They start feeling it. And then after he bring you that burger and that Coke, all of a sudden you'd be like, yeah, dog.
Exactly.
I don't know what happened, man. But I had to crying. It's my mama, man. I had to do for my mama. Like, yo, dang, dude.
Exactly.
You be wondering like what happened. Yeah. So it's just
and they be regular cops.
Yeah,
that's not the FBI. It ain't the Rico where they got your phones.
But they be having them in that room for forever. Just sitting, make you sit in the room.
I think Gunner was in that room.
He was probably in that room for. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. He might have gave it up quick.
He had been there for a week, man.
He had to beat the rest of the gang. He had to beat the rest of the gang to the snitching. He was number one off the.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. They came to him first. They said, "Your man in there telling all about you."
Exactly. That's exactly what they did. Because you know they can lie. Cops are allowed to lie. So that he could definitely say, "Oh, your man already gave it up. Yeah, you might as well snitch."
Exactly.
That'd be the worst thing, dog. When them people stop trusting each other, it's over for them after that.
They didn't say snitch. They say, "Hey, man, you just think about your kids.
Yeah.
Don't you want to be home for Christmas?" Dude was like, Christmas is close, man.
But that's what I'm saying. With the Rico case, they be putting your mama in it. Like, oh, you gave your mama $500 that one time. That's drug money. We taking it back. Like,
oh no, not coming after my mama. Yeah, but you got to
exactly.
You bought your mama a Lexus.
Oh man.
Like,
now we got to freeze all her accounts and go through everything. 5 years. Yeah.
All your kids. They paying all that on you. So it's almost coercion every time, but
it is.
Well, that stuff you gotta shut up.
And that's what the thing factually was about. It was all about how it was they were criticizing. They weren't criticizing the snitches. They were criticizing the cops who use this program, and that they don't have to use any. It doesn't have to be public. They don't have to. There's no regulations. For who they coerce into snitching. There's no regulations of how old, how young these people are. There's no protection for certain, like you said, you could be coerced into these bad situations. There's no rules for the kind of treatment. They could throw you in jail and say, "Oh, we're not gonna let you out unless you snitch." All these type of things. So there's all that stuff, but
that's why they always say, "Wait for your lawyer."
Yeah, so that's why it was really informative when I watched that show, because that is, I think, one of the number one ways that
the cops dirty, man. Every time you watch the shows where the cops supposed to be the hero, they be doing illegal stuff. Look at like Law and Order.
Always.
They stay doing illegal stuff.
That's the TV show. That's the propaganda. That's the good picture of the cops.
That's what I'm saying. That's the good picture of the cops, and they doing bad stuff. How many times your boy, that bald head dude, the dude that was on Oz? Remember he was on Oz? He was like a racist or whatever.
You talking about Stabler?
Yeah, man. He beating people up and stuff. Talking about do it now, punk. He getting crazy in the interrogation room, beating.
Yeah, but he was beating up rapists,
alleged rapists. They wasn't.
No, man, come on, man. Not on SVU, man.
He was right every time. He was right every time he beat somebody up.
Yes.
See, that's that good picture of the cops. They just beating people down. This bastard beating them up. Dude, like, oh, just didn't see my kids, man. He's like, it don't matter, punk.
Nah. Stabler makes that show. Stabler's the stuff. He's the man.
Nah, man. The cops, even in the good pictures of cops, they doing illegal crap, man. Beating dudes up and stuff like that with no cause.
That is true. So we gotta let's move on. I think it's just an interesting conversation. I think there's a lot going on with that whole snitching thing. So, but okay, then I want to bring it up because we were talking about how it's a larger thing. Because what the company man brought up was Trey Young caught the video of the security guard sleeping, and he said, and people were calling him a snitch. They would say, "You snitching? Stop snitching." You think is that snitching?
That's the non-criminal type of snitching. That's snitching. I mean, it's not. It's not bad. It's just a choice.
Benz, was this man like the security guard for the team? Like he protected our lives?
His stadium. He was in the stadium.
Yeah. When Trey Young walked in,
Through the
So
metal
check out
detector.
the
He just
video.
walked through the metal detector. Yeah.
He's walking in like, look, this dude.
See, yeah, he gotta go.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't even feel bad.
he gotta
He's
go.
not doing his job. So did Trey Young snitch? I mean, technically, yes.
Yeah.
You know, he could have walked upstairs to management and said the same thing, and dude would have got fired, but not put it on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so. But again, is this gonna ruin this man's life? No. So it's not really the same thing. We call that. I don't know. What we call that. There's a low level snitching. There's no word for it.
Yeah.
He's a tattletale.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's tattletelling.
That's true. That's true. He is definitely tattleteller. That's funny.
Yeah.
You didn't have to put that on the internet.
No,
I don't
I
like
think it's
when people do
hilarious.
that.
I think it's great that
Embarrass
he put
people
it on
in
the
public.
Yeah. No, that's what the
I don't
internet's
like that.
for. That's what the internet's for.
Right. So it's
I
tattling.
ain't like that.
You know, he tattled on the man.
I just think there's no nuance in the conversation. And you can't, if you say some opinion that is not what everyone else's opinion is, then you get downvoted and stuff. So I think that's
You
just,
know what that's from, man. Because followers out here, everywhere you look, people just be following.
yeah.
That's why they love. That's why some people love social media, just to get on there and follow somebody else, follow some famous person. Let me do exactly what they do and say what they say.
Yeah. No, it's true. All right. Well, guys, then let's move on to the sports stuff. Since we were just talking about Trey Young, we can move on to sports. And what y'all think of? Oh, wait, hold on. Before we move past sports, actually, we had all those sports takes at the beginning of the year. I mean, beginning of the podcast. We talked about all the teams that would suck. We gave all our predictions, all this stuff. And we talked a lot on this podcast about black excellence, right?
Is that true?
Black
We talked a
excellence.
lot on this podcast about black excellence, okay? And specifically, one of the best coaches in the NFL, okay?
Top 5 all time.
Top 5 all time. Just a shining example of black excellence.
Excellent.
It's just never had a losing season. And
Never lost.
ever.
You don't know what it feels like.
He didn't even have a quarterback this year. And, the guy is just making something out of nothing. It's just
all the
mind-blowing.
time.
All the time. And my oldest brother didn't believe at all in black excellence. I don't really know what happened. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what made him so jaded. But I think you owe Mike Tomlin some apologies.
All right. So first thing, what did I say? Mike Tomlin was going to record wise what they were going to have this year.
You said it wasn't going to be a winning record.
Yeah.
Not a winning record. So I'm one game off. Did they make the playoffs?
It don't
Irrelevant.
matter.
Irrelevant. At home, just like the other trash teams.
Irrelevant.
He don't know what it's like to have to lose the season.
Hey man,
He doesn't know what it's like.
He don't know what it's like to be sitting at home and when the playoffs start.
Hold on, man.
This might be
9-8
What place
is a
what place he finished in
respectable
his division? What place he finished in their division?
We can look it up right
third,
now.
man. What that matter?
Third.
Okay, he played. That's fine.
Tough division.
Tough
Tough
division.
division.
Sound like caping for losers, man.
9-8 is respectable.
Actually, the opposite of
Is it
loser.
Respectable?
He's never
Playoffs
lost.
is respectable,
So,
man.
hey, man.
Who else was 9-8 this season?
Let's see.
The Jags won the division 9-8. Okay.
Anybody out here talking about the Jags are good?
No, I'm not saying that. But
All
I'm
right,
just
so you're
saying
talking about good teams.
the Dolphins in the playoffs with a 9-8. So I wonder how did they beat out?
They good?
Hold on. How did the
They
Dolphins?
I think they had the tiebreaker or
Oh,
something.
they must have beat them in the head-to-head.
The
Damn.
Patriots lost, yeah.
Who else 9-8? Seahawks 9-8.
Not a good team. Didn't the Saints beat the Seahawks?
Let's see, Miami. Man,
The Bucks. Look, the Bucks in the playoffs were 8-9. Bucks had a losing season in the playoffs.
They're not good.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you hating on Mike Tomlin. He did what he did. He didn't have a good team.
What did I say?
Nobody. No. He didn't have a good team on paper.
What did I
No
say?
one expected him to have a winning season.
Where was the hate? Tell me what hate I said.
You said that the man would have a trash season, that they would not be above
You said
500.
that.
Okay,
That's
so
what you said.
So I'm impressed that he was above 500. They did more than I thought that they would do. I'm happy
Exactly.
to throw
No,
about
that's
that.
props. You're fighting back. I don't know why. Just give him praise.
I'm giving praise right now. They had a mediocre season, better than I thought they would.
No, they had better than expected season, is what you meant to say.
I just said that. Better than
Beat
expected.
expectations.
You trying to break it down
You
with
said
the
mediocre. No, you try to change the.
Just
It's not mediocre.
The playoffs. Stop.
No. Season.
No, y'all's yeah. If y'all acting like not making the playoffs with 8 teams that make the playoffs or something,
They might have been
4
projected
teams
to win
never.
4 games this year.
What?
He doubled that.
Well, we got
They might have been projected
look,
to win 4 games this year.
right here. We gonna put in what your prediction was right here. I'm editing right here.
All right.
Insert the clip.
Insert.
Okay.
Be saying what their prediction was, and guess what? They got more than that because they got 9 and 8.
Way more than
9
that.
and 8.
They overcame
Coach
their deficiency
Diff.
to win 9 games.
No
A
quarterback.
great season.
What do you mean they had no quarterback? They had the quarterback they drafted.
No, man. Come on, man. Dude got
They
no
didn't use
quarterback.
him until game 5.
Well, he sucks. That's the
Right.
coach's decision.
First year.
If they don't lose, that's the coach's choice.
They're not good on paper. They weren't good on paper. This is a rebuilding year, and he still got a winning team. Hold on, the opposite. Let's look at all the teams who were supposed to be built for Super Bowl contention. People like the Bucks. People like the Packers. You know, Rodgers. You know, all these people. Did below expectations. The Rams and all these other people all these teams who failed
to hate on them.
expectations, and Mike Tomlin is out here blowing out
Found
expectations.
a way to win.
And you can't even give
blowing
them
out
props.
expectations is making the playoffs. All right, stop. Stop. This hyperbole is crazy. All right, y'all just screaming
Nah,
about
you
this.
really
man
can't
like
believe
he's
you
about
got
to
this
go
much
win a chip.
pushback.
Yeah,
They
man.
sitting at home just like the Texans. All right, so all they did was get a worse draft pick. Relax. All right, I'm glad that they didn't completely blow. No, I'm not glad. Actually, I don't like the Steelers fans. So I wish
don't
they
like Steelers fans.
more. They won more. Good for them. But they sitting at home with the Jets and the Texans and the Saints and other sorry teams in the league, and all they're gonna do is get a worse draft pick. Good for them.
Listen. Okay, I just want
Listen,
everybody to know out there. You see, great. This is Black excellence at its finest. You got a
not
great
this
head
finest.
coach.
not at this
Great
finest.
head
Stop
coach.
saying it. The finest.
He hired Brian Flores when nobody else wanted to.
Oh, props for that.
And listen,
Props for that.
yeah, props. And listen, and they, like I said, they exceeded expectations. They made something out of very little, and we got to give them man props.
Dennis Allen and his trash ass.
Okay, yeah. We can hate on Dennis Allen. Yeah, we should have been. We should have been.
Just like the Saints.
Well, no. We should have been a Super Bowl contending team, and instead we couldn't win our division. Where a losing record to win the division. We had Brady. All it took, if we would have beaten them in that game where we were up,
We'd be in the playoffs.
we'd be in playoffs. That's it. That's all the
Playoffs.
difference.
Who cares, man? Fire Dennis.
We
Allen.
only had Mike Tomlin.
Let's get the Dennis Allen hate off, man.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing right now. This is
Fire before this podcast is posted on YouTube, man.
yes. This is
Fire this dude, man.
trash.
I
Absolute
don't have
trash.
Dennis Allen hate.
Go ahead.
I'm not out on Dennis. I don't have no hate for him yet.
Oh,
I'll wait
who
for
hit
him.
on you? No.
Nah.
What do you mean? What has he done that has proven that he's competent in any way at his job?
Oh Lord!
Talk about he's never had a winning season. We talk about Mike Tomlin never having a losing season. This dude has never had a winning season.
Look, man, I can see all that. Look, all that black excellence stuff. That's great, but I know you're not about to sit up here and talk about white excellence for Dennis Allen, man. That dude sucks. All right, he got to go.
I don't see what he did that was so bad, but I'm
Today
not
was
with
a great
it.
example of how much they suck. All right, last game of the season, they come out, they put up like 200 yards of offense in the first half. Second half, did diddly poo. They had.
That's not Dennis Allen's fault. He's not an offensive coach.
Guess who's the head coach?
That don't matter. We never do
It's
that.
time to
We
fire
never
your
do that.
OC.
Any
What do you mean
other
we never do
It's
that?
your offense. If your offense
Any
is
other
sucking,
team-
you got to make changes.
Yeah, so Pete Carmichael will be gone after this year.
Should have been gone mid-season. Should have put Jameis in.
Jamin, oh Lord, see this is why I'm
Yeah.
not. All right,
Yes.
man.
No. He lied to Jameis.
Yeah.
Stole that man's job. Job. Okay. Trying to keep the black man down. All right. Listen.
Put in
Lovey Smith fired already.
They lost to
Breaking
this.
news.
Oh,
Breaking news.
what
Lovey
happened?
Smith fired.
Oh,
For the
yeah, they didn't
Texans.
go fire Lovey.
Yeah.
They don't want Lovey around,
Yeah,
man.
they don't like Lovey.
That's
They never
so
like Lovey.
silly.
It is super.
I love Lovey.
They don't love
Great
Lovey, man.
coach.
These coaches, look, bro. First of all,
They don't like black
He's a great
coaches in
coach.
They don't
general.
Lovey, man. They didn't want Lovey though.
They don't like black coaches in general. This is why, which is why we got this is why we be supporting the ones we got. Unlike some people I know.
He coached people up too.
Hey, yeah, Lovey's a great coach. Great coach. Y'all see that?
Listen, hold on.
the
We ain't
Denver
finished hating on Dennis Allen. This dude, we had a huge lead on the Bucks. He blew. I mean, he can let Brady get 14 points in the fourth quarter. End of the game, poor clock management, poor everything, just trash, and that's the difference in us being a playoff team and us not. And say what?
Every decision he made was cowardly, scared decision.
Exactly.
Soft, scared. In this football, man, you got to come out of here. You can't be scared. Why you scared?
Yeah, it'd be like fourth down and you're just not gonna go for it. This to win the game, or this to is just he's trying to do plays. He calls the game like a coward, and he is a coward. He's afraid of failing, and so he just fails. And then he just comes in and be like, "Oh, we're gonna clean it up, or we're gonna," and it's the same problems every week. I don't think the team wants to play for him. I don't think he inspires anybody. I don't think he.
I'll tell you why I want this dude fired. They played a dude today, a bump, a bust, Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
this dude had 45 yards and 2 picks, and they lost.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Fire this dude right now, man.
Right now.
Fire him. I don't want to see him again, man. They season ticket holders got to be dropping like flies, man. They got to be calling people like, "Don't you want to renew tickets? Are you serious?"
Are you gonna? Yeah. My answer would be like, "Is Dennis Allen fired yet? You get a new coach yet?" No.
That's funny.
You got to go, Bryson. I don't know how you can sit up here and act like this dude played well, man.
Yeah, man.
Hire Brian Flores.
And more breaking news: Aaron Rodgers just threw a pick with 4 minutes left, and they're down by 4 with 3 minutes left in the game. So if they don't win, they're not in.
He playing like he has all season. He had a couple good games recently, but he ain't been good. And that's some accurate hate that I had.
Yeah, we had that hate. We nailed that hate. All right.
You copied my hate, man. You copied my hate.
Nah.
I had that hate.
I'm pretty sure we got to check the tapes, but I'm pretty sure I had it first.
I think we all had it together.
Nah, I'm gonna try to jump in this.
All right. Any other sports takes we need to look over?
I don't know, man. I mean, that's all I got.
Yeah, Denver trying to interview coaches, trying to interview Sean Payton, trying to interview Harbaugh. Is it Jim? I think it's Jim. Or is it John? Yeah, Jim. So they trying to find a coach, but no matter what, Russell sucks. So I don't know what's gonna happen with them.
You have to see, man.
Super Bowl predictions: 49ers versus the Chiefs. This is who I got. Again.
I'm gonna say who gonna go to the Super Bowl, man? It's the choices what, the Niners?
Eagles, Cowboys, who's a 3 seed?
Man.
Tampa Bay.
Ugh.
Let's see who.
I'm rooting for the Meteor in every game. My goodness. I don't like
NFC. Tampa Bay, Detroit. No. Oh no, not Detroit.
Not Commanders. Okay.
Minnesota, The
Oh, I'm rooting
Giants,
for Minnesota.
the Eagles,
I'm
the
rooting for Minnesota.
Cowboys.
The only team up there that ain't getting never got no dubs. I'm gonna root for Minnesota. They're gonna lose, but I'm gonna root for them. Who I think will win? I guess I'm gonna guess the Eagles, but I don't have faith in any of the teams in the NFC. I feel like it's all coin tosses every game. And then who else we got? The AFC side.
We
Ooh,
got the
I'm gonna say
Chiefs, the
Cincinnati.
Chargers, the Jacksonville, Cincinnati, Ravens, the Buffalo, Miami. Yeah.
Cincinnati, man. Cincinnati. It's gonna be all underdog Super Bowl.
I got my predictions: Bills, Eagles, easy, simple. Bills, Eagles.
Minnesota, Cincinnati. That's gonna be the Super Bowl. Battle of the never ones.
All right. So, what else? You got something else, Preston?
No. Y'all care about the AFC game coin flip championship? It's gonna be a coin flip now, or neutral zone, right? Isn't it gonna be a neutral site for the AFC championship game?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
I mean, look, the Bills kind of got screwed over by the whole thing, but it's all fluky. I don't understand why the NFL owners decided they wanted to change rules mid season with the vote, but
yeah,
they do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Am I mad about it? No, I'm not a Bills fan. And they can't really be mad. I mean, it's their player who got hurt, randomly. So you kind of live with those consequences. So bad situation, I guess, for them and their hopes to get to the Super Bowl.
You mad with the Chiefs though? Chiefs locked up first round. I mean, they locked up the
home field.
First round bye, but now they have to play a away game for their championship when it should have been a home game.
Well, I mean, again, what are you gonna do when the Bills had the chance to? If they'd have won their last two, wouldn't they have been the number one seed or something like that? So because the game was canceled,
who won in that game?
They didn't get their chance.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I think that's what the scenario was. So they would have had a chance. I think the Bengals actually had a chance as well. So I think it mattered. And since that game's not there, it hurts, how they had it set up so the Chiefs get it. I mean, like I said, it's just a bad situation. So there's nothing you could do about it to make it less fluky.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it because, that's what they say. Every game count. They went off a win percentage or whatever. Or that's what they were supposed to go off of, win percentage. So, hey, I ain't mad at it. It was a freak accident. It won't happen every year. So, whatever. Get your mind right. Get ready to play. Everybody got hurt in some way. Yeah, exactly.
So, speaking of the NFL, what y'all thought of, 50 Cent had some words for Jay-Z about the Super Bowl. He said, he was talking to Big Boy, and he said that Jay-Z basically didn't want him on in the Super Bowl show. He said, and he called Jay-Z. He said he wants to be he wants to be a gay painter. He was talking about Basquiat, obviously. So he said he's trying to be like Basquiat, and he's just trying to diss him, right? Which So I don't know. He said Jay-Z trying to be like Basquiat.
I don't get how he's trying to be like Basquiat by doing whatever he can to get in good with the NFL.
I think he meant more of his look. I think he meant more. I think he's
the look. He's trying to look like
the look. Yeah, he's trying to look like him. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, whatever. I mean, Jigga's never been the cutest man. Like, I mean, dude is, they always been dissing his looks. So,
yeah,
I don't know. Whatever style he got, people still gonna hate. I don't.
But what y'all think of? I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think of 50? I mean, I guess taking it badly that Jay-Z didn't want him to be on the Super Bowl. Like he wasn't invited to be in the Super Bowl. Like I just thought that was.
I wouldn't like somebody hating on me either. I mean, that's hate. That's.
Is that hate though? Like we invited Dr. Dre and these other people. Why did
I one of Dr. Dre's biggest hits? It's probably as big as basically. I mean, what is it? Right? Is that the biggest hit? Is it equal to any of his other big hits?
I don't.
The club's never going nowhere, man. They still gonna play that forever.
Yeah,
You're right.
Nope. Go. I mean, they play it all the time, man. You hear it all the time everywhere you go. You be like, dang, this again,
Yeah.
go, shawty. This is your birthday. It's so corny, but like it's always get played. So
Yeah.
you know that's like a huge hit. How you gonna say we're gonna have Dr. Dre, who's not a rapper, come into the halftime show and not have him?
Yeah, Snoop and M. I mean, those are the Snoop got tons of classic songs with Dre.
And
They
they
did
did
the show with just Snoop and Dre.
and they did a bunch of those.
Yeah.
And then you had Dre's other huge hit, is as big or bigger than any of those other ones. And 50 did the thing with the upside down. I mean, man, you know, Jimmy.
I think it's cool. I'm just saying, you know.
They don't like 50. You know, they don't like 50. A lot of the rappers don't like 50. He be talking bad about him. You know, he say what he thinks.
Yeah,
He's always trolling
exactly. 50 just talk whatever.
Yeah, he does. He always talks
money. Like, he came out dissing people. You know, 50 first came in with that How to Rob stuff. So are we surprised like that people might not like 50? Of course, you know, Jigga be low key doing all kinds of sneak things. That's what he does.
So I think 50 Cent is I mean, I don't really get why he gets so much praise. He got one good album. The dude got one good album, man.
Lord, this man here.
And, yeah, I'm hating on 50. You know, look, man. I'm not.
You always just want to talk about hate for music. Here we go. Let's go. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Start the engine.
There's just so many overrated. There's so many of these overrated people, man. Yeah. You know, just before we leave,
unit bra top wife beaters will get mad at you. They gonna be
yeah. People don't like it. People don't like when you talk about 50. You know, people from New York. I feel like 50 really took his style from Southern artists. He did that slow flow stuff. You know, I think you know, he's using Dr. Dre beats. That's West Coast, you know, music. You know, but then people in New York love him. It don't sound nothing like New York. He just got all the sounds of the other regions, all the good stuff of the other regions. You know, and I just feel like that New York at the time he came out was desperate for a new star or something like that. And they just, you know, all rallied behind 50 Cent because they didn't have no one else good at the time. Like all the good music at that time, all the good rappers were in the South or, I mean.
Well, all the dominant ones, you know, popularity wise. I mean, Ja Rule was out here and 50 took his whole style.
Exactly.
All his hits. And then he dissed him for his style. It's crazy.
He dissed him for being poppy, and then he went and started doing the more poppy stuff afterwards. Started making the
songs too, man.
What's the songs? Man, what's
21 Questions?
Yeah. What's
that one with what's her name? Candy Shop.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Candy Shop. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Those songs are bad.
Terrible. 50 got one good album, man. He got one good album. You know, According to Hip Hop did a verses with him and DMX and with Dark as Hell is Hot. Get Rich or Die Trying versus Dark as Hell is Hot. And I thought it should have been a wash. I don't remember exactly what the score was, but I didn't think when they were playing it, I was like, man, 50 don't even deserve to be the same conversation as DMX. What are we talking about?
Not even close.
It's not close. So, but
Bryson loves 50 Cent though.
Yeah, no, that's why you got quiet, bro. Go ahead.
All the time, man. Girl.
No, Aaron ruined any love I could have for 50 Cent. He told me he sucked as soon as he came out, so I never got to listen to 50 Cent like everybody else. But I don't have hate for 50 Cent.
I don't really got hate for him.
He dropped the last Diamond album, didn't he?
Is that the last Diamond album?
I think so. So
nah,
I don't really have hate for 50.
Speakerbox Love Below must have came out after.
No way.
Speakerbox Love Below definitely came out after.
Yeah. Get Rich or Die Trying is like 03.
Yeah.
Speakerbox is like 04, 05, something like that. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's afterwards. And then I think there's nothing else. Nobody else went diamond. All them Drake sales and stuff never went diamond.
No, as soon as streaming came into play, Diamond got killed. That's impossible now. But
Eminem probably did it.
Speaker Box Love Below came out in 2003 too. They both did.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, that came out a long time ago though.
What about so nothing else ever went diamond? No, the little Eminem albums and stuff.
I don't think
I
so.
mean,
Let's see.
I have no idea, man.
M be doing numbers, man. You don't even know he doing numbers, and he doing numbers.
Yeah. So, all
Right.
right.
In the closet listening to Eminem.
I used to love Eminem.
I
Well,
did
guys.
when I was a kid. When I was mad at my mom.
Oh yeah, yeah. But you know, he's trash now for sure. All right. You know, I don't want to keep talking about all the rappers I don't like. I don't know. I don't know. We gotta end with something positive. You know, what's the rappers we do like? Is there who do y'all think would be the best groups of all time?
I don't like group rap, actually, mostly. Not my thing.
All right, let's just end with who's your top 5 rappers of all time. Let's end with that. Who's your top 5 rappers? Because I don't think we always talk. I always talk about the rappers I don't like, but I want to talk about the rappers I do like. And I got Nas. Let's see, Nas, Lupe, Black Thought, Outkast. As a group, I'm taking them both. I know I'm cheating, but I'm taking them both. And if you make me choose to take them separately, then those would just be my 4 and 5. But I gotta say one thing. I hate when people put Andre in the top 5 and they don't put Big Boy. Big Boy deserves just as much credit as Andre does. He's rapping on all those same albums. He raps more, in fact. Speaker Box is an amazing album that people don't talk about enough, and that's without Andre on it. And Sir Lucius Left Foot is also an amazing album that people don't talk about enough. And I could do a whole episode on Big Boy being underrated. But that's those two. Outkast is my number 4, and then I'm giving Fonte my number 5 spot.
Okay. Real quick, breaking news: Green Bay lost. They're not in the playoffs.
We already knew that, man. They trash. We don't want to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Come on. What's the top 5?
Just want to.
I don't know, man. I got a different top 5 every day. All time? This is hard, man. My favorites all time. All right, so it's got to be Ghostface. Got to be Nas. Probably got DMX. Q-Tip. Oh, man, my 5th favorite MC all time? I feel like it's so many different people every day. I feel like there's different people.
Wait, so you said Ghostface, Nas, and then what was your number 3?
What I said, Q-Tip.
Q-Tip number 3? All right.
I don't remember what I said now, man.
No, you said Q-Tip. I was trying to remember if I missed one or not.
I don't know who else is my 4 and 5, man. I feel like I switch it up like all the time. They got different people that I love that I don't know, man. I don't know. That's hard.
Didn't you put Cube in there? You seem like the biggest Cube
Ice
fan.
Cube for sure. Ice Cube for sure.
So that's 4. I don't know who your 5th would be.
I don't know who my 5th would be, man. Sometimes it's Black Thought. I mean, I guess we go with Black Thought, but tomorrow is gonna be, I don't know, somebody else. Like who I listen to the most the last few years has got to be Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah.
I can't put Gibbs in my top 5, but yeah, Gibbs is one of my favorites.
Why not?
I put him in there. That's what I said. He's one of my favorites. He's who I listen to the most the last 10 years or something.
I'm thinking the top 5 for
when because I think there's always like a bias towards the older generation.
Mm-hmm.
At what point? What does it take for newer generation rappers to surpass an older generation rapper?
Oh, don't worry, mine has no old people in it.
Well, yeah, but you don't listen to no old school hip hop.
That's a fact.
So I mean, that's you're gonna start from what you listen to. But I'm talking about for people who listen to all of it, you know, at what point, what does it take for, you know, newer school rappers to surpass the older school rappers is always an interesting question to me.
Yeah, because I listen to Gibbs the most out of basically anybody. I mean, it's Gibbs and Griselda basically my most of my rotation currently. And so, you know, I mix in some old stuff. I sprinkle it in, of course. But I don't know, like Cube just came out with an album this year. It was cool. I liked it, but I don't know how I could put that over anything else that came out when I'm listening to all these other albums more. I mean, I listen to a ton of Currency, but would I have to say he's in my top 5 or 10? Probably not, but he always got albums for me. I'm listening to him all the time. And see him when he come to town. Like, I mean, it's so I don't know how to separate that because music is so attached to your moments in your life and things like that.
Exactly.
So as an old person, like as a grown man, like you don't have those same formative moments, but different things happen. I'm listening to Gibbs on a daily. So when I have stuff that's going on now as an adult, that's the stuff I'm listening to. So I would put him in my 5 now, but I don't know. Next week I have a different 5. I'll be feeling different at a different time, maybe. Because Kanye got to be up there. That's true. He canceled, but we got to put Kanye in mind. I mean, the previous 10 years, it was all Kanye mostly. Like, and then Gibbs basically took over my playlist, and he's the one who gets played the most. So, in my house, at least.
My top 5 are the people I listen to the most. So those 5 groups or solo artists, I listen to all their stuff.
I don't listen to Ghostface the most no more. I did, but not no more. He's not.
So then, why is he your number 1? Why is he
said all time?
Yeah.
I love Ghostface, and so I could put on any of his albums and have a great day. But that's not. I can't move people over him yet. Maybe over more years. Maybe if Gibbs keep producing like he has, I think his catalog's been impeccable for the last 10 years. So if he keep doing that, then maybe I would move past him.
No, I hear that. All right, Bryce, what you got?
If I have to go in order, then I'm gonna say J. Cole.
J. Cole the GOAT.
Yeah, he's my GOAT.
GOAT with no
probably
clap.
put Wayne.
Man, that's a lie.
That's not
yeah.
true.
Get out of here with that.
That's one.
Go with no
That's
classics,
not true.
man.
No, but
he's got.
I'm here for hate, man.
Nah, man. He's got. First
true.
off, everyone says Forest Hills Drive is a classic.
Who cares about no,
everyone.
Who cares?
Born Sinner is his best album. That's his real classic.
Yeah.
And then,
Yep.
and then Friday Night Lights is
classic.
also classic. That's what I'm saying. People just don't. He just don't have the same media push as the other rappers.
It's a 4.
What?
Not a 5.
No.
No.
Born Sinner.
It's definitely 5. Definitely 5.
Not a 5.
What's the skip tracks?
It's not.
What are the skip tracks? The only skips are the bonus tracks.
I'd have to look at the album listing, man, and tell you which ones I skipped. Cause
go look at it right now, then. Look at it right now.
I'm not no hurry, man. I'll never listen to that album, man.
Go ahead. Keep
Pinata.
Yeah.
That ain't touching Pinata.
Lord. Anyway, so I got
finish yours.
J. Cole, then probably Wayne. Of course Drake, Kanye, and dang it, and Currency for 5. That have to be my top 5. And that's what I'm listening to for the rest of my life.
You represent the South. You represent New Orleans. I like it.
I like it too, man. I mean, I like the people you got on your list. I just can't say that they were my favorites. I mean, J. Cole, a GOAT. I skip a bunch of songs on this album, man. I haven't heard these songs in forever, man. You talking about Born Sinner?
Yeah, Born Sinner.
Crooked Smile for sure.
What I said those are. Isn't that like the bonus tracks? Aren't those the bonus tracks?
Crooked Smile, the third.
That was a single. Yeah.
No, it's not. Hold on. It's not the Crooked Smile is not the third song. No, it's the
I'm
last
looking
song.
at this Google list.
Okay, no. Crooked Smile is the 4th T track. Okay, that is the skip track. That is the one skip track.
What's Runaway? How'd that go?
Runaway.
Oh yeah.
Whole song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a good song.
It's a good song. You gotta listen to it.
What's Cleaning Day? I forgot all about Cleaning Day. What's that?
Chaining Day.
Chaining Day.
Chaining Day.
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, that's what. How does it go?
Man, this ain't goated, man. This ain't goated. It ain't goated pinata or bandana, man.
All right.
But that's Alfredo level, man.
I mean, that's Alfredo is a classic.
It's Gibbs' third best album, man.
I mean, plenty of people say it's his best album.
It's fourth best album.
Plenty of people say it's his best album, but that's fine.
Those people wrong.
That's fine. Look, that's all good.
They wrong.
That's all good. But J. Cole
Best
needs
album.
more respect.
You telling me J. Cole best
he's
is
the
Gibbs fourth best?
Gibbs is the best of the generation. I agree. But J.
Okay.
Cole is the second best of this generation, in my
Okay.
opinion.
All right. Well, that's fair.
And I think it's close. I don't think it's that super far away. I just think Gibbs makes better albums overall.
All right,
But
well,
Cole got way more hits than Gibbs, in that
Drake got the most, and I ain't about to give him no kind of goated numbers.
Yeah, but Drake got pop hits. We talking about hip hop hits. All right. Those are all good lists, guys. I want to we'll continue the discussion next week. But check us out on YouTube. We're finally putting our episodes out on everything else too, Spotify, all that stuff. And so right before we end, I got some bonus hate. Okay? And this might be the most
some links right here for y'all.
Like
take you to the next video. Like, sub down below.
We got like 32 subscribers, bro. We coming
yeah. Blowing up. 2023, we blowing up. But before we leave, I got some bonus hate, right? And I've been posting this stuff on all the different podcast websites, and posting our podcast. Got our RSS feed. Put it on Spotify.
Right on this hate too.
Put it on Google, easy. Put it on, whatever other website, iHeartRadio, easy. Okay, it's like simple. Boom, post a link, click, easy. What, like 2-3 clicks? Get to Apple Podcasts, man, and I hate Apple so much. I can't.
It's super easy, Apple. We would love for you to sponsor us. Put us on your platform.
Apple is trash. I don't want your sponsor, you garbage company. I can't stand you. Why do you try to make everything hard and exclusive?
We love you.
Why are you trying to make everything exclusive instead of working with everything else? And then Apple users feel good about the exclusivity, and they hate everything else. They hate everybody else. They want to say, "Oh, you a green bubble," blah blah blah, and they want to hate on you.
Do hate those green bubbles
Because you have the platform that works with everyone else. Google works with everything and everyone. But Apple wants to make it exclusive, so you feel good about it. So you feel like you're part of some exclusive club. But really, you're just a part of a company that's trash. And can't get their stuff to function with everything else. Why do I need to do 15 different hoops to post my podcast on your website? It's stupid.
Love you, Apple. I will not be posting this part of the pod onto our feed.
Nah, I'm with it, man. I've been a Mac hater since the 90s. So you're not gonna catch me loving on PC Master Race.
For sure. PC Master Race. Apple started off doing some innovative stuff, and then since Jobs is gone, they just been trying to be more and more like Samsung phones. Every single model, they just try to be more and more like an Android phone, and then but the Apple fans still be like, "Oh, but it's so much better."
Yeah, man.
You got good marketing.
I'm with it.
Yeah, good marketing. That's true. So like, subscribe, hit us up, check us out on all your podcast places, and we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace. Like and subscribe.